Welcome back guys. Now let's continue with the somatosensory pathways. In the previous video, I have explained you about the sensory pathway, right? The first order, second order, third order neuron. Now we will see what are the different types of ascending tracts or somatosensory pathways. Look at here. I have taught you that there are two types of ascending tracts. What are the two types of ascending tracts? One is called as the anterolateral pathway and dorsal column pathway. First, I will be explaining you about the anterolateral pathway. Don't worry, I will go slowly, point by point. So, first, here I am showing you two diagrams, A and B. Two diagrams I am showing you. First, let's look at what is happening with the A. Let me start here. You know what is this structure that I am drawing here? This is your skin. Let's say here is your skin. Now, someone is giving stimulus to your skin. Which stimulus I am talking about now? I am not talking about the touch. Now I am talking about a different stimulus, that is pain and temperature. Okay, pain and temperature. So someone is coming and poking you, or you are like getting into contact with something which is very hot or cold. So I'm talking about pain and temperature sensation. So who is going to be first activated, guys? So whenever you are giving a stimulus, first a receptor is going to be activated in the skin. For every stimulus there is a receptor. So receptor is going to be activated. Okay. Now this receptor, we know, it is going to give this information to the first order neuron. So here is a first order neuron. So now this first order neuron, this afferent, is going to take the information to the spinal cord. Okay. Finally, the information has gone to the spinal cord. We know to the which part of the spinal cord, to the dorsal horn of the spinal cord. Now from here, what will happen? The second order neuron. Okay, in the previous video I have explained you there is going to be a second order neuron. The second order neuron is going to take this information. Which information? Pain and temperature. Is going to cross to the opposite side. Always the second order neuron crosses to the opposite side and going up. So this second order neuron, it is ascending up. So can I call it as ascending tract? Yes, you can call it as ascending tract. So what is the name of this ascending tract, sir? See, this ascending tract, it is going, the sensations are going from the spinal cord and going up till to the thalamus. The information is going from the spinal cord up till to the thalamus. So can I call this ascending tract as spinothalamic tracts? Yes, you can call it as a spinothalamic tract because the tract is starting from, see, this tract, it is starting from the spinal cord and ending in the thalamus. So spinothalamic, the information is going from the spinal cord to the thalamus, spinothalamic. But wait, not enough. Tell me, this spinothalamic tract, it is traveling in which column exactly? Sir, this ascending tract, is it traveling in the dorsal column? Tell me, is it traveling in the dorsal column? No. Is it traveling in the anterior column? No. So it is traveling where, sir? It is traveling in the lateral column. It is traveling in the lateral column, guys. So this tract is called as a lateral, see, lateral spinothalamic tract. Okay. So from today, so the lateral spinothalamic tract is going to carry which sensation? Pain and temperature. Lateral spinothalamic tracts are going to carry which sensation? Pain and temperature. From the same side of the body or from the opposite side of the body? From the opposite side, because the sensation from the right side is going to cross to the opposite side in the spinal cord. Okay. So yes. So this I am talking about, this is LST, lateral spinothalamic tract, carrying which sensation? Pain and temperature. From same side of the body or opposite side of the body? From the opposite side of the body. And you very well know, sir, where these ascending tracts are going to go. The ascending tracts, this pain and temperature sensation is going to the thalamus, and from the thalamus, the third order neurons are going to take this information to where? The third order neurons are going to take this information to the cortex. Done. Then what about this B? Look carefully. Again, let me draw the skin here. So here is your skin. Now again, someone is coming and stimulating your skin. Sensations, now I am talking about touch. The two crude touch. Okay, crude touch and pressure. Not pleasure, it's pressure. Pressure, someone is coming and applying the pressure or crude touch. Okay. Now, again they are going to activate the receptors. Respective receptors are activated. And now these receptors are going to give this information to the first order neuron. So, okay. So, here is the first order neuron. The first order neuron, it is taking the information where? The information is coming to the dorsal horn. You always know. From here. So, the second order neuron, look carefully. The second order neuron is going to take this information. Which information? Crude touch and pressure. So, again, the second order neuron is crossing to opposite side. Always the second order neurons cross to the opposite side. Now, what the second order neuron is doing? It is going up to the thalamus. So, again tell me, can I call it as ascending tract? Yes, it is ascending up. It is ascending up. So, you can call it as ascending tract. Which ascending tract, sir? It is starting from the spinal cord. It is going to the thalamus. So, can you call it as a spinothalamic? Yes, you can call it as a spinothalamic because it is starting from the spinal cord going to the thalamus. Spinothalamic only. But wait, in which column it is traveling? Sir, these tracts are traveling in the anterior column. So yes, this is anterior spinothalamic. Okay, previously we have discussed about this is the lateral spinothalamic, guys. This is the lateral spinothalamic. But here it is anterior spinothalamic. So both are spinothalamic tracts. Both are starting from the spinal cord, going to the thalamus. Both are spinothalamic, but one is lateral spinothalamic and anterior spinothalamic. So now tell me, sir, lateral spinothalamic is carrying which sensation? Pain and temperature. Anterior spinothalamic is carrying which sensation? Crude touch and pressure. So finally, can I say something like this? All the general sensations, all the general sensations like touch, pain, temperature, pressure. Touch, pain, temperature, pressure, these are the only general sensations. So the touch, pain, temperature, pressure are carried by anterolateral spinothalamic tracts, or you can call it as the anterolateral pathways. In a simple way, you can say anterolateral pathways. They are nothing but anterior as well as lateral spinothalamic tracts. So let me give you more clarity. Okay, here, tell me guys, how many types of anterolateral pathways do you know? Anterolateral includes anterior spinothalamic and lateral spinothalamic. Just now, have I told you anterior spinothalamic carries which sensation? So anterior spinothalamic carries crude touch and pressure. And what about the lateral spinothalamic guys? Lateral spinothalamic carries pain and temperature. From same side of the body or from the opposite side of the body? From the opposite side of the body, because these primitive like sensations, they will cross to the opposite side. These general sensations will cross to the opposite side in the spinal cord with the help of second order neurons. Okay, fine. So that is what I am showing here. The sensations will cross at the level of spinal cord. In the spinal cord itself, in the spinal cord itself, the sensations are crossing to the opposite side. Now, how the questions are going to show up in your exam? Okay, how the questions will show up in your exam? Let's say cordotomy. Cordotomy means what? Cut. Cordotomy means some cord is being cut. Cordotomy of left lateral spinothalamic tract. Which tract is getting affected? Sir, spinothalamic tract. Which spinothalamic? Lateral. Lateral spinothalamic tract is getting cut, affected, let's say. Gone. So which sensations are lost? Now you tell me. Sir, lateral affected. If the lateral spinothalamic is affected, the person is going to lose pain and temperature on which side of the body? On the opposite side of the body. So if you cut left side, okay, let's say here it is right side, here it is right side, here it is left side. Okay, right side of the body, left side of the body. Now who is being affected? Now you tell me. Sir, it is the left-sided lateral spinothalamic. This is the lateral spinothalamic, no? You know, here is the lateral spinothalamic. If you cut this lateral spinothalamic, the person is going to lose sensations on the right side of the body. Which sensations are lost? Pain and temperature. So, right, there is loss of pain and temperature on right side of the body. Okay, very, very important. Now, how else a question can show up in your exam? Let's say here is the cross section of the spinal cord. Okay, here is the cross section of the spinal cord. You can see here these are the dorsal horns, these are the ventral horns. Okay, dorsal horn and ventral horn. Here is the right side of the body, here is the left side of the body. Now we all know, sir, here will be which tract? This is the lateral column, right? Here will be which tract present? This is the lateral spinothalamic tract. And which tract will be present over here? Here is the anterior spinothalamic tract. Okay, these are the areas of anterior spinothalamic. And this is the area of lateral spinothalamic. Okay, now you know this lateral spinothalamic is carrying which sensation? Lateral spinothalamic is carrying pain and temperature, and anterior spinothalamic is carrying crude touch and pressure. So imagine, because of the occlusion of the anterior spinal artery, something happens, some problem, because of which the anterior spinal artery is blocked. So this area of the spinal cord is getting infarcted. This area is affected. This area of the spinal cord is dead, let's say. Infarcted, gone, damaged. So which sensations are going to be lost on which side of the body? You tell me, the problem is on which side of the body now? Right sided. Okay, right sided. Anterospinothalamic is gone. Anterior spinothalamic is gone. Okay, so there is going to be loss of crude touch and pressure. There is going to be loss of crude touch and pressure on left side of the body, because the sensations from the left side will enter into the right side like this. So this is how the question can show up in your exam. So finally, what I am trying to say, tell me guys, how many types of ascending tracts do you know? The first type of ascending tract that I have discussed with you. What is the first type of ascending tract called as? Anterolateral pathways are also called as anterolateral spinothalamic tract, which include anterior spinothalamic and lateral spinothalamic. Anterior is carrying which sensation? Sir, anterior spinothalamic is carrying crude touch and pressure, and the lateral spinothalamic is carrying pain and temperature. Okay, so damage to these tracts is going to cause the loss of general sensations on the opposite side of the body. Okay, so with this, finally, we have done with the first type of ascending tract, that's the anterolateral pathways. In the next video, we'll be discussing about the dorsal column pathways. Okay, hope the video is helpful. Thank you.